Welcome everybody to this masterclass on power positions. If you understand the power positions, I think you can change the outcome of your games quite a lot. You're just gonna be able to maybe have more pressure generated towards the enemy team, and the second, it's just gonna be easier for you to survive as well. Let's start with power positions, what that means exactly. The power position definition is, in my experience, it's just the location of the map, or locations, multiple locations, which allow you to set up more pressure on objective and card and take multiple angles. What that means is multiple angles means you have more options on the map. You can spread out more. You can just control more space typically because of it. And once we have those positions, you have some benefits. Mainly, I just have overview of three things. Starting with the first one, in my experience, what's important about the power positions is you are able to take multiple angles of attack. What that means is you allow yourself to have options on how to control, where to go. A lot of you guys actually see probably when there's a Doctor Strange CP going on. They will try to take it's either inside the building over here, or they will try to just go somewhere on the right side. And what this position allows them to do is try to have multiple angles of pressure. So I can try to go all the way right. We can potentially try to go up on the left top and just control that. And this way, you can establish more pressure on the objective. And it's pretty common even at the top tier right now that people stuck on point. This is not good. You need to have those power positions in mind, power positions in control. There's also a yellow circle. To me, this is another position which can generate a decent amount of pressure too, but it's not as good compared to this red. Maybe a lot of you heard that high ground is important, right? So maybe even this position is good, or like that. There's one more high ground over there and the choke too. That is something we can use. Interesting spot on the map where you instantly have multiple options of what to do. This entire location, maybe over here, this is your power spot as an example. Now, another thing, what that allows you to do a lot of times, because we are controlling those power positions, you're not going to be stuck in chokes. You actually see a lot of times people getting stuck somewhere over here, for example, or over there. This is typical for any rank, to be honest. People can be stuck in choke, especially if they're more characters with the frontline pressure. For example, Groot walls. Groot can just block off the choke and split you off, guys. It's really not the most comfortable thing. That's why we typically want to avoid getting in the chokes and just try to take the power positions, which allows us to have multiple options of what we can do on the map. We will not be blocked in the chokes anymore. Even power position, you actually might be trapped, like in here. If I'm inside the building, I might be trapped in doorway there or doorway over here. But because there are multiple options still, like you can actually have multiple ways. I can go down there. I can, let's just maybe do this different arrow. So this is gonna, I'm going down there. It's just unseen. And then there's another arrow where you can go all the way here. There's also another arrow where I can do this, and another arrow where I can do this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 potential ways. You also have another way if you have a longer rotation. It's going to be 5 ways to just try to establish the pressure. But see what I mean? You typically will not be stuck because of it. There are also some creative ways into how to not be stuck in chokes, but we'll talk about that later. What should you do to get healed when taking power position? I think most important things is just to not take pressure just so you have enough HP is actually how you using cover. With cover, there are multiple things. It's being exposed to one threat at a time. Maybe we just want to consistently have cover near us, do that peak shooting. This, I think, is going to be really important. Another is HP packs. Can allow you to control the space, but honestly, most important on all of this, because you want to get healed, you just have line of sight on your supports. If I have line of sight, there's no excuse, right? There's always going to be fine in terms of receiving the support. And some people would say, and that's what I also been facing in the sessions. People told me, but I still have line of sight, but I'm not getting healed. That might happen, but in this case, then really put more emphasis on the cover, HP packs, and how you use your abilities. Even your cooldowns can help you to control space. Think about your defensive resources. It's an enabler for you to hold space. I think there are a few people in this chat even who are coached. For example, like I think Chime, we've been coaching them on Loki. I've been telling them you have your shift, which allows you to take space on the map. The shift is there. I forgot the name of the ability, but it's the lamp which gives everybody health. And you can actually try to take deeper angles. You can try to take off angles, and this cooldown right there, it can allow you to stay safe here, because all the pressure goes to you. You force out the attention, then I can use the lamp and stay alive. Or maybe you play the tank, okay, then you got the shield to stay alive. Or maybe you playing more just mobile DPS, for example. You got Spider-Man. Okay, again, your mobility can allow you to just stay alive a little bit more. But line of sight is the most important. If you're not getting healed, then also use your communication wheel. This is a lot of people don't use that, actually, in my experience. Just ask for healing. Most of the supports, they actually get notifications, so they will look up.
As a shield tank, how would you be able to take that space effectively?
A lot of people, in my experience, what they do, they not just taking the space by going from corner to corner, but they skip the corner sometimes. They engage instantly. Corner allows you to regenerate your resources, and sometimes even those horizontal or vertical cover, it can allow you to do something. It's just, for example, if this is a turret over here, if I'm down there, for this guy, it's going to be insanely hard to shoot, yeah? And this potentially can just regenerate your resources, and later I can push. Especially as divers, because with divers you guys just don't have a lot of sustain, so I'm not able to rotate comfortably with my shield, with my sustain, but I'm able to rotate because I use my mobility. I just go from point A to point B so fast, so I'm not getting pressured. But even if you do that, you just need to make sure you go from cover to cover, and this is what a lot of people don't use. They don't stay like below the high grounds, I think. Even those cases, most of the time they just go in from point A to point B just right in their face.
Some people try to rush instead of taking it more slow.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what I mean. You skip corners. You skip going from one space to another. Hope that makes sense. Another map, I chose a Shin Shibuya. A lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people would just get stuck over here. Power positions allow you to avoid all of this. Usually you can try to create your way through. First off, you can try to break the walls, and then later taking this position. Yeah, this position over here, I have again multiple options on what to do. I can go there, I can go left side, I can take right side. It just creates so much opportunities, and it also opens up to that position yellow. I think yellow is also another important thing, but this red, in my opinion, gives you the most opportunities towards what you can do on the objective. So you probably will need to start with that first. Just take that position. And an example of that can be, for example, my game, I typically try to take this position on Thor. Actually, yeah, you will not see me taking the red. I think I will take yellow though, but the point stands the same, yeah. So it's another power spot, and from here, the enemy actions might be forced. They will be looking at me. They will be forced to maybe try to do something. And if they don't, then I have opportunities to do something with my awakened or just go in with normal abilities. But this guy, they're trying to punish me, Doctor Strange. So see what the cooldown trait we got, even now. This Doctor Strange, they use their shift. So this is already the cooldown trait. So I did nothing. I just done the setup. I only been pressing mouse 1, and there's all abilities are up. But this guy already used his cooldown. The cooldown's been used. Now, I'm able to punish him with my own cooldowns. How? I can maybe try to displace him. Maybe I can use the Awaken. Usually against Doctor Strange, you can try to displace him more, but this is what you will see. This guy's punished now. Now, let's just try to make sure we displace him and completely trying to deny the space, making sure he's not alive anymore. I don't know why he's shielding there, but yeah. Now, this position allowed you to do that. Yeah, those power positions can just force the action like that. It's just one example.